Hey guys, Ivan here with the Old School Abs, and we are starting this video with a very interesting update of Heath and his midsection, stomach, his abs. I don't even want to say his bubble gut because it's not really a bubble gut. I mean, at least in this video, it looks like a decent midsection, right? I mean, it doesn't look off, not as much as it used to this past couple of years. And this is actually new. I mean, he hasn't really been doing this kind of stuff in the off-season, like showing off his stomach. He would show his arms, maybe his back, stuff like that, legs too, but stomach, no. We rarely can see his midsection, only on stage, basically. So apparently, I mean, if he's looking at it, hopefully he's trying to fix it, trying to get it better. So if he wants to improve and make progress and actually win that Mr. Olympia again, or Athleticon, whatever his goal is. Anyways, this video was taken by his wife. She shared it on her story, and I don't think he knew she was filming him. So he was just checking his stomach. Maybe they agreed on it, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that it looks improved. It looks better. I mean, again, it could be just the lighting, the angle. Maybe he didn't eat anything. Maybe he just, came for a morning cardio and ab workout without eating, fasted. Maybe that has something to do with that. I mean, because on stage, guys, I mean, these bodybuilders, they carb up heavily. So they have a bunch of carbs and they get, a little bit distended. I mean, their stomachs, of course. So here he's probably not in that state. He's probably not that full. But again, just him posing and showing off his abs, it kind of... he also shared this on his story, and his wife shared it. So I don't think he would let her share it if he wasn't happy with it. So I'm sure he's making some kind of progress, and apparently he wants to improve. He is not done, it seems. Maybe just his personal goal, just to have a normal looking midsection. Maybe it's for the stage. Hopefully, I hope it's for the stage. Hopefully we'll see him again on stage improved. And now the question is, how much can it actually be improved? This is a comparison that my good friend Fernando Arroyo, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should. He posted this comparison of Heath from 2020, Mr. Olympia obviously, and this I believe is 2005 or 2006. And this is basically the evolution of his midsection. So you can say that he grew a lot, of course, obviously, since that moment. But the stomach got much worse. And it looked good in 2011, let's say. But what it looks like right now, I don't know. It looks like he swallowed a ball or something. So how fixable this actually is. It's not just the hernia. Hernia kind of made his abs look asymmetrical, sure. I think there is a scar on his skin, and also his belly button is pushing out now. So, of course, that surgery didn't help, but I don't think that's the only cause, because his stomach is protruding. Look at it. I mean, it's big. It's pushing out. I don't know how much does that have to do with hernia. Maybe it's now his inability to control the midsection, but some people don't even need to try to control it. I don't think Brandon Curry has to try. His stomach is just tight, right? So here you can see his midsection right now. Can he return it back to when it was beautiful? I mean, look at it on the photo on the left when he was young. It was just fine. It was good midsection, like aesthetic one. Can he return it to that point? No way. Can he make it just decent enough for the judges not to knock him a few places, for him to actually be able to win the Mr. Olympia if everything else is spot on? Maybe. I hope so. Apparently it seems like he's working on it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we're gonna see him this year on the stage again. Hopefully improved. I don't know about Heath's future plans. I don't know if he's retired or he's gonna be competing again. Nobody really knows. And I don't know about Shawn Rhoden either, but I can see him training really hard. So he posted a bunch of videos of himself training. Here you can see that he's not in shape. You can see that his arms are looking kind of fat, right? He has a lot of fat on them. He's not in shape, like the stomach is big, right? Look at it. So he grew. He is big, right? He's very bulky. And that's Shawn Rhoden. That's what he does in the off-season, which is a good thing, actually. Like, when you see Shawn Rhoden big in the off-season, that's good. If you see him downsized, then that can be questionable. I mean, what can he actually do on the stage? Because then he needs to grow into the show and that kind of stuff, and that usually doesn't... that's not ideal. But if he's big and all he needs to do is diet down, that's easy stuff for Shawn. We saw him do that kind of, crazy kind of transformations for the competitions before. You saw him 2018 when he dethroned Heath. I mean, he was super shredded. In the off season before that, he was nowhere near that conditioning. So here you can see him training, and he's very active lately. So maybe he got like a special invite for Mr. Olympia. Maybe not. Maybe he's gonna try to qualify by winning one of those shows earlier before Mr. Olympia, such as, I don't know, Arnold Classic. Maybe, sure. He's a Mr. Olympia winner, guys. Don't forget about that. Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's gonna be actually 3 years this year, but still, I mean, he looks big, and that's usually what it takes for him. Just being big. Dieting down, that's easy stuff. And he's probably not holding on to that much fat. It's probably a lot of water. Sure, some fat as well, but his body is very efficient at burning it. So here you can see that he's training really hard. Like, this is very heavy, especially for his standards. Like, he's sometimes, when he's not really driven, he trains a little bit lighter. Not just light weights, but he's not having that intensity. Lately, it seems like he's really pushing it, so he's driven. He probably knows that he's going to be competing this year. Which show, I'm not sure, but I hope to see him eventually in the Mr. Olympia stage and see what can actually he do against Big Ramy and Brandon Curry and the other guys. I'm very curious. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. You know who else was very active lately? Roelly Winklaar, and you guys know it if you have been following my channel, because I mentioned this so many times before, and this is another photo. I just had to share this one because it's really freaking impressive. Look at the size of those triceps, man. What the hell? One of the biggest arms ever, and he looks in an amazing shape right now. And there is some talk right now about him receiving a special invite. And do I think it should happen? It's not necessary, because last time, yeah, he didn't get the chance to compete at the Mr. Olympia because he tested positive on COVID, and Big Ramy kind of had a similar issue, and that's why he got a special invite. But there is still a lot of time to Mr. Olympia, and Roelly can qualify by winning a show, or, you know, not on points. He's not gonna qualify on points. He's a top bodybuilder. He can win the Mr. Olympia if he comes early on, so he can qualify by winning a show. I don't think he should be receiving a special invite for no reason, really, like just to make it easier for him, because last year he didn't manage to get it to get to Mr. Olympia. I don't think so. There are other guys that actually might really need a special invite, who are actually not going to be able to qualify for some reason. I mean, sure, yeah, it's not the worst thing ever for Roelly to get it, but maybe some bodybuilders actually won't be able to get to compete and to qualify. So let's see who can do what, because everybody is in a bad situation right now. And I think Roelly, I mean, he's ready right now. I mean, not really ready for the show, but he's not taking time off. No, he's not risking it this year. He's going to try and qualify by winning a show. I think it's going to be one of the shows early this year, because he's getting in better shape every day, and he's training really hard, and he's very active on social media. So I'm guessing he's going to try and win a show and qualify like that. Whichever way it happens, I just want to see him on stage, on Mr. Olympia stage, at his best against the best of the best, against Big Ramy and Brandon Curry. I really want to see him compared to those two guys, because I think Big Ramy and Brandon Curry also are kind of not exactly perfect bodybuilders. And Roelly is not exactly perfect. Like Heath at his prime, that was pretty much unbeatable. Or Ronnie, or bodybuilders like that. Jay Cutler when he was early on. These guys, Ramy, Brandon, they have flaws. And Roelly also has some flaws, but he is also very good. I think they are all the same caliber. It just depends on who comes better on that day, who peaks better. And if actually Roelly does a good job with that, and he does it better than the other two guys, he can become the Mr. Olympia, guys. Yeah, I think so. I really think so. I'm not sure what Shawn Rhoden is going to look like when he gets shredded. I'm not sure about Flex Lewis. I don't know if Heidi Japan is going to make some progress, get bigger. I don't know about Bonek, but from what I can see right now, and my best guess, I would say Roelly is top 3 bodybuilder right now. It's Brandon, Ramy, and Roelly, if you consider everything. If these guys peak perfectly, if they come conditioned and full and everything, that's your top 3, if you ask me. And any one of those 3 guys can come up to the top. And I think that may very well be this guy right here, Roelly Winklaar. Big Ramy, your Mr. Olympia, signing another contract with another company, Pro 10 this time around. He looks rather downsized in this photo. I mean, I'm not sure how downsized he actually is, because he's not like shirtless. He is wearing a tight shirt, and he doesn't look super muscular, super large, considering that he's the biggest bodybuilder today. But I've seen this so many times before. I think he just doesn't look that impressive in clothes. I think it's just his proportions or the kind of clothes that he's wearing. I'm not sure. But when he takes the clothes off and he stands next to the other bodybuilders, he's always bigger than them. So I don't think he downsized as much as it seems on this photo right here. Because a little bit later he posted another photo, this photo right here, also in clothes, standing next to Dennis James. Dennis is not as big as he once was, but he was really big back in the day. Still, he's probably bigger than most of us watching this video. He's a big guy still. And Big Ramy is absolutely dwarfing him, and Dennis actually it has the angle. He's out-angling Big Ramy, and Big Ramy still looks much bigger because he is Big Ramy. So sometimes he can deflate a little, he can get a little bit smaller, sure, when he's off the gear, but he's always big as a house. And that photo, it happens sometimes when he stands in certain angle. I just think he doesn't really know how to pose in clothes to look big, and he doesn't probably care because he's already Big Ramy. Like, he has that nickname and he knows he's the biggest on the stage. It's very visible, very obvious, so he doesn't have to prove anything to us. But here you can see him in clothes. He's not that small. He's not that much smaller, sorry. And he is still Big Ramy. Sure, he's probably off the gear, you know, trying to refresh his system. He doesn't want to, you know, there is actually no reason for him to push it right now. He needs to take it easy, you know, relax, refresh, and then start fresh for the Mr. Olympia. So maybe he will lose some fullness, some size, but very little. He's still going to be huge. Talking about the big guys, one of the biggest guys up there at the Mr. Olympia stage these days, Akim Williams. Akim Williams is sort of a up-and-comer. You can see him getting bigger every year and getting better placements. This year he won a pro show, he won Chicago Pro if I'm not mistaken, and then he took 6th spot at the Mr. Olympia, and that means something. Top 6, guys, top 6. And you can see, like, the winner is Big Ramy, so the size is what they're asking for. Classic physique is for classic physiques. This bodybuilding, this is it. This is the size game. So you can see Akim here with another update, off-season. This guy is growing. This guy is growing still being this big and still making progress. I can't wait to see him next year. I'm sure he's gonna be improved. There are some weaknesses he needs to work on, such as lower lats, triceps, hamstrings, but that's really not that big of a deal. He can fix that, he can manage. He's still a freak. He still has a lot of muscle, and he actually managed to become conditioned last year. Maybe he will figure it even further more for the next year and come even more ripped and bigger. Can you imagine how he's gonna look if he improves actually on his physique and comes more conditioned? He can become a seriously dangerous bodybuilder, and I don't see it happening any other way. I think he's gonna make his way up in the next coming years, and eventually when the older guys retire, who's gonna be up there? I think he's gonna be one of those guys, one of the top guys. Whatever you guys think about this whole video, tell me down below in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe for more videos like this. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.